Hey, every single patch in ZENLESS ZONE ZERO has been truly amazing. They continuously try to give us more update. And when I talk about update, I don't mean the optimization. I do appreciate a lot of optimization in this game, the QoL and stuff. It's been really good. But they've also implement a lot of endgame content. It's a lot to talk about. And I want to go through all of this very structured, very go through all of this without missing anything. We're gonna talk about Shiyu Defense, Holo Zero, all the rewards and stuff like that. Is a lot of rewards in this game, and I'm not kidding. Because before this we have Genshin Impact, and that is my game. I don't play Honkai Star Rail. Sorry for the Honkai Star Rail fans, because I just can't bear the turn-based game. But look, we have Genshin Impact, and Genshin Impact we've been asking for endgame content for a very long time, and the devs doesn't seem to want to listen to us until recently. We did have the Imaginary Theater, but even with the imaginary theater, they have to alter the whole Spiral Abyss, where you can only play one of them two of them. Every single patch you can only play two times. It's very weird why they do that because that kind of contradicts what the player base have been asking this whole time. But when it comes to Zone Zero, you get all of this, and you can play it anytime you want. The replayability in this game is absolutely amazing. And now we have Shield Defense. Now we're gonna talk about Shield Defense first. Mind you, I do want to appreciate this game a lot, but I also don't want to glaze them a bit too much because sometimes they did something very similar to Genshin Impact did, and when you see something that is a bit F2P, but it really isn't, and I want to talk about it as much as possible. Let's get through this Shield Defense thing first. Now, Shield Defense is something that is very similar to Genshin Spiral Abyss. We have the critical node, stable node. What does that mean? It's the floors in Genshin Impact. In Genshin Impact, we have 1 to 9 floors. After you finish that, you unlock a new mode, which is the 11, 10, 11, and 12 in Genshin Impact. This one is critical node. And everything is somewhat easy in critical node until you get to 5, 6, and 7. The rewards in this game, I have to say that it's very decent because it's like it matches how much you earn, how much effort you put into the game, and how much reward you get. You also have this whole points thing, investigation merits. Now, ZENLESS ZONE ZERO also have the roguelike system, which is the Holo Zero. They also have a point system where you can buy in the shop, stuff like that. It's very nice, it's very good. Now, let's get back to the disputed node, stable node, and then disputed node. Disputed node it came out very recently, just last patch, and I love this mode. This node is probably the best part of the game actually, but unfortunately when they released it, it wasn't able to reset. Until recently, just this patch, they released Ambush Node. Ambush Node is actually really fun. It's probably the most fun endgame content. Very similar to Disputed Node because it is the same thing. Unfortunately, they only reset once per patch. How annoying is that? The best content in the game, they just decide, you know what, we're just gonna give this just not too much for the player base. They're gonna stay in this game for too long. I don't know why. They could just reset the same way as the critical node right here, but it's very weird. How are you trying to sell this game, right? Because this endgame content, I'm stuttering quite a lot here. This endgame content, I've been asking for it. Like when they decide to put this into the game, I've been asking for the feedback. Like you gotta add this in the game. This part of the game is probably the best one. There's no time limit. You actually get to test your characters. The amount of damage you do. You only have to fight bosses in this game as well. In this node all of these bosses. Just focus on the boss. It's a boss rush. It's really amazing. Unfortunately, they just didn't. So I really hope they add more of this stuff into the game. I do want to talk about the rewards and the point system that I talked about just now. Now, once you finish the whole nodes thing, critical nodes, ambush node, you do get a lot of points. That is called investigation merits. These merits you can use to buy some stuff. I mainly try to focus on Denny's because, as you can see, even until now, after playing for 3 patch, I still have I'm lacking a lot of Denny's. It's crazy. 20,000 because the moment you upgrade one of these character skill right here, just look at it. Cost about 200,000. It just went down. Like everything just finished. And I also want to focus a lot on my investigator. I mean, driver this right here. Like I want to focus on this stuff first. This is the artifact system, just like in Genshin Impact. This is driver this in this game. I'm trying to get used to saying the word. Sometimes I mess it up by saying artifact instead, but that is very memorable. It can't be helped. I again I try to association supplies. I try to focus on Denny's. Afterwards, I try to focus on some artifacts. Again, driver this. This is ether plating agent. It's for the driver disc. And I just don't think there's much to do right here, especially Bupon. Bupon, you actually get too much in this game. I mean, look at how much I have currently. I try my best to not care about it because it's good to have cooling session here and there, but it's just I have all the Bupons, Boo, Bang Boo in this game already. So that's enough for me. Like I do not need anymore. I'm probably gonna get Rocket Boo if I get Bernice. I don't know. We'll see. I also still need more characters that uses fire. And I want to talk about that as well. This game is not as FTP friendly as you can see. I do get lucky, but I don't think other people will get lucky as I am. I got Kaleda and Ben and everything. I got all my fire unit already. I got all my physical unit. It's enough, but some people they can't, they just don't get these characters right away. They don't get grace the moment they want to. They don't have all the electros like Rina. You have to combine all these three characters, you know that, right? If you want to use the electric bamboo, these Anton, Grace, and Rina is your best team, but not everybody can have that. It's you have to have the right team to play this game, unfortunately. Of course, that's why I recommend people to just go for Caesar because she is the most versatile character currently in the game. I also want to mention about the tuning calibrator right here. This thing is not as good as you think. Like sometimes you get trash, completely garbage driver disc. It's just I wish that you can use the same thing as Genshin's new artifact system. They have like this thing you can choose crit rate and crit damage because that's something that is priority for a lot of people to have crit rate and crit damage on all your characters unless they don't need it. But unfortunately, the tuning calibrator, you go to Body Needle and you kind of want to get your driver disc, the right driver disc. So you choose your number five, for example, ice damage bonus. You get ice damage bonus, but you cannot get that crit damage, unfortunately, right? So sometimes you can just get defense percent, defense flat defense, and then attack is completely garbage set after that. And you only have this one per patch. Unlike Genshin Impact, if you get one of these, you can actually just use it. But Genshin Impact, you need four to get that goblet set. So a lot of things to think about. Like it's very weird. Now let's just go to Hollow Zero. I do have a lot to say in this. Now, Hollow Zero is actually one of the most fun endgame content that I've played in this game. I've never glazed a game that much. Like Hollow Zero is so fun. The replayability in this game is a lot. Like it's really fun. You can keep playing this game while still earning some Denny's cash, all that stuff, right? And Hollow Zero give us that opportunity. But unfortunately, you have a cap. You're always gonna be capped or something. And but before I talk about that, I do want to talk about the license level. How these things, I'm kind of worried. They try to add more into the game after every patch, but sooner or later, I'm gonna cap all this patch right as soon as possible. Is it doesn't take much effort. All you have to do is play the Withering Garden and then go to Blitz. This is the new version that they add. They decide to add where there's no TV system. A lot of people like TV, a lot of people don't like TV, so they decide to just, you guys can coexist. Honestly, that's like a huge W towards the dev. It's pretty good. So you go to this, you get 8,500 points right away, and every week you can get about 8,000. Immediately kept every single week, and after that you just wait around and maybe yeah, maybe sooner or later you are gonna be kept host right here. And after that you got nothing anymore. And hopefully next patch they will add more to 100. So this thing as well, they do give like a lot of rewards, which is nice. They give like a lot of Z merits right here. How do I check? Yeah, Z merits. This thing, you can use it for shop. Unfortunately, once you play too much Hollow Zero, there's a time where they just cap it. Like you can't earn it anymore, unfortunately, and then you just can't get any of this. And if imagine if you can keep getting the Z merits, you can keep buying 5,000 Dennis, 5,000, like a lot. You will never have to worry about your cash, your credits in this game ever again. And now you can't really buy this Dennis right here all the time. This one is 10,000. It's a lot. It's pretty good, and you do want to focus on wishes, of course. That is your priority. This is what I want to talk about as well because I do want to appreciate a little bit of this weekly boss. They try to reduce the FOMO into the game, and that's very nice. Imagine you have to fight the same weekly boss, and then you have to wait for another week to get, because you only get to use it for 3 times. The three stamina for weekly boss, and that's a pain in the ass. Let's be real here. They gave you a reserve relics. Now this boss right here, if I go to my bag, let me just show you real quick storage, and then you see the reserve relics. You can just immediately click, and you want to choose your weekly boss, just choose it. You can get it. I'm gonna keep it for now because maybe it's in the future character. I much rather get it for my future character, right? I like that they removed the FOMO in this game. It's very honestly, this dev is really good. They've done so far so good. Hollow Zero is one of the best endgame content here still. Now, let me get back to this, the whole Z merits thing, the whole points thing. Usually, I try to go to zone one. I try to spam zone one all the time because that's the system where you can just get the 3,333. It's a bad thing to some people because they kept the money, the gear coins in the game, in the Hollow Zero game. But for me, I try to abuse that mechanic and try to get as much power ups as you can. You get to upgrade your character by using the 3,000. You can keep buying on the bamboo shop, and I just think that's amazing. That's such an amazing mechanic. And if you're able to buy all this stuff in the bamboo shop and get all those upgrades towards your character, you can basically just one shot your boss. I just honestly think it's amazing. And it doesn't end there. There's so much more I want to show you. Let's go to HIA. And what do you see here? Bootcamp, tactics, investigator training. This, I want to say that is a very good thing that they did. But how scummy can you be to put a limitation to this? You can't just limit us when you give something so amazing. Now, I'm not talking about all of this. As you can see, there's so much you have to go through, fighting mobs and all that stuff. And you use these focus points right here to unlock more and more stuff. So you just fight and then earn more polychromes, right? But once you get to tactic course, there's a bunch of other tactic course. This one in number 6, and you just leave your characters and they get level up. Their level is gonna get higher. They just sit there, you just leave them, and they constantly get an upgrade over and over. Yeah, it's a lot. It's such a great idea, but they put a cap to it. They limit us. Again, I just wish they didn't, and I wish that we can reuse this. That will reduce. That's a FOMO reduction that we need in all these games. What a genius idea. I hate that they limit us. It's just gonna be there. I finished the whole boot camp tactics that is here right now. I finished everything. It's just gonna sit there and ah, very disappointing to be honest. I really wish that we can use this forever. I am lacking a lot of ESP for my characters already. I have so much characters. Very weird. I got so lucky, but what do you do? What do you do? You can't even level up your characters, right? It's such a shame. And I need this. I really wanted this to be a thing in this game. So that is something I really like to show you. And I want this video to get out there and maybe they make some change into it. Because that needs to be back. They need to make this permanent. That it's something you can use it forever. Okay? Now Godfinger. I just don't know how to say this to you. When this thing first came out, I thought, yeah, it's a snake duel. Yeah, this one is just going up and going down over and over until you get to the end of the bottom, until you get more points. Then maybe this one has like a friend thing, like you can play with other people. It's nice, it's good, it's fun. Bizare Brigade. Oh my god, probably the best endgame content in this game. I mean, I enjoy it so much. You have no idea. I'm just gonna show you. Like, I so much that I went through all level 5 for all of these characters. It's very enjoyable. It is a roguelike game. Just so if some of you are confused, this is a roguelike game. It has a roguelike system, and every time you push more into the levels, you definitely get stronger. You get more characters to help you around. It's so much fun. It is so much fun. I can't we need more content of this game. I really hope they give us more characters in the future. This needs to grow. This is a fun content. Yeah, I would say it can still be boring if you stream, much like the ambush node in the in the Shiyu Defense. I think it's a boring, boring stream or videos to make because it's gonna take so long. It's like the boss are so tanky. You just push buttons all the time. It's so boring. But this is fun. I enjoy it. I generally just want to play it and get all these characters to the max. Like get it all to level 5 difficulty. I hope they add more. I really want it to be more difficult. Yes, it's stressful. Yes, is giving me breakdown, meltdown, and but God, it's so fun. It is so fun, and I really don't have much to say, but how insanely fun this whole endgame mode is. It's an arcade mode. It's not a proper content for this. It's not how they market their game to be a combat game, right? But it's still fun and enjoyable, and I honestly don't care. And look, what I'm trying to say is also like Genshin Impact tried to add all these mini games as well, right? But for some reason it's just gone. Sometimes I wish some of these mini games in Genshin Impact stayed because it can be fun, but they just they leave the storage there, but you can't play it. It's very annoying. Now I don't want to end the video just yet. I want to talk about a couple more things. Just a couple more things. The internet level. Now we have Genshin Impact. These games tend to do the same, very similar stuff with Genshin Impact, and you can't blame me for keep on mentioning Genshin Impact. It's one of my first gacha games out there. Okay, so Genshin Impact did this AR thing, Adventure Rank, and Wuthering Waves also did the same thing. What I hate is the capping. They cap at level 60. You cannot continue this. This needs to continue on. You want your player base to stay. You can't just stop. You can't limit your player base to stop at level 60. I don't care how long it takes to level up. But once you get to 60, there is no progression. People are gonna hate this game. People want to progress a bit further. And Genshin Impact, they stop there. There's no free Ayaka, I seen it. They can't do this again, okay? You don't want this to have the same incident as Genshin Impact. The game needs to progress. People want to progress. People want to get stronger in the games. Wuthering Waves, I have a problem with them as well. Yes, they did not cap, but the rewards are slowly lacking. And once you get to level 70 world in Wuthering Waves, you kind of stop getting rewards in 71, 72, 70. It's just empty. 71, 72, 73, it's empty. 74, 75, you get some wishes. 76, empty. 77, empty, 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 empty. Until you get to 80, you get something again. But how long will that take? It's gonna be so annoying. That can't be it. That's not how you make your player base stay in the game. Okay, it's just not it. It can't stop there. You want your player base to progress. ZENLESS Zone Zero do have this new thing though. Once you finish a story, you get to go through some hard mode difficulty. It's very nice. I like it. I enjoy it. You can go through all this combat stuff. And I've been wanting to talk about there's this one thing where you I think it's explore. It's something about bamboo that is the prophecy. You go through this whole thing and then you fight this one bamboo and then there's like the last boss where you need to get really really strong and all this bamboo power up trying to help you. It's so fun. I enjoy it. I hope they make something like that again. It is so fun. And then, of course, that is about the end of it. And the last thing is probably I would just say the driver this, farming driver this. It's a classic thing that you just stuck into these gacha games. Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact. You just farm and farm and farm. It never stops. I don't know why I changed characters. That is so weird. I didn't change character. Oh, you can. Okay. There's something new. I didn't know that. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. I really hope you enjoy it. I really hope this is very informative to you. Again, thank you so much. See ya.